Well, hello, welcome. It's Maria here. If you're new to the group, my name is Health Coach Maria and I work with professional, career-driven women that are absolutely exhausted. And I help them through my signature program, the Energy Booster Success System, to get their energy back so they can go and do all the things that they want to do with their life. My motto or my slogan is live a life that you would want to relive. So welcome to those of you that are new. If you're watching live, put a 1 below, and if you're watching on the replay, type replay below so I know. So today I want to talk to you about overeating at Christmas time, at the holidays, if that's what you say, because it's so common. And one of the main reasons it's really common is because there's food everywhere. All right, if I think back to like when I was teaching, I remember at Christmas time I'd come down to the staff room, and when I was working in like a professional office job, I'd go down to the tea room or whatever, and there'd be mince pies and cake and sweets and roses and chocolates, and they'd all just be left there. People would come around to your desk handing them out. Clients would give you treats. It was just unavoidable. So one of the main things is they're everywhere. Like you go into the shops, they're everywhere. You go around to someone's house, they fill you with the sweets and the chocolate and the crisps and the potatoes and the Christmas cake. Okay, so it's when there's a really high availability of it, it makes it a lot harder for us to say no because it's around all the time. So what I want to talk to you about is how to not overeat this Christmas. So first of all, look at why does it happen? It happens because there's an abundance of crappy food at this time of year. For a lot of the time, celebrations are attached to food and not necessarily healthy food, or I don't really like saying healthy food because as far as I'm concerned, it's normal food, but more unhealthy food is abundant and it's everywhere. So the other thing is that we almost get like a free pass. Now, let me know if you feel like this, or if you go over to your aunt's house, or your mom is there going, sure, feck it, it's Christmas, get it into you. So you're sitting there drinking the Baileys and eating the chocolate and, munching on the crisps, and because it's Christmas, friggin' hell, I've worked hard all year and it hasn't been the easiest year by any means. It's Christmas, it's a holiday time. I'm going to put my feet up and eat what the hell I want, and I'm going to eat more than I need. Okay, and if I have to open the top button and groan about it, then so be it. All right, but when we do that, we don't necessarily feel good afterwards, and we're putting a lot of strain on our body. The more we overeat, the more our body gets accustomed to that. Therefore, that becomes the new benchmark of how much we eat. And our stomach has the amazing capacity to stretch and stretch. And as you know from looking at different people's weight, we can put on so much weight. We can keep packing the extra weight under our skin. We just store it and store it and store it. From our ancestors' times, or from the Stone Age times, we're still engineered like that. We're still designed to store a fat reserve, and we'll just keep storing it. So if you overeat over Christmas, then that becomes your new benchmark, and you'll continue to overeat in January and February unless you start to restrict, and that can feel really rubbish. So what I want to share with you today is one of the main tools that I use and that I help my clients with, not to overeat. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have the treats. Of course you can have the treats and the chocolate and sweets and potatoes and all that. It's Christmas after all right? But it's about not overeating to the point where you're causing your stomach to stretch, you're feeling really bloated, you're feeling really uncomfortable, and then you're increasing your weight to a level where you're not happy with, okay? So when we crave sugar or chocolate or something, a lot of the time that is because of our blood sugar. So the main tip that I want to share with you today, girls, is over Christmas, if you can do anything to stop yourself overeating, it's this: stabilize your blood sugar levels. All right, now if you don't know what that means, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so you need to keep your blood sugars stable. So we all have blood sugars that go up and down. Now, if your blood sugars go down, it looks like you craving chocolate or maybe salt, okay? You might even have like the shakes or feel a bit jittery or a bit on edge, like you've had too much coffee or Red Bull or something like that. So that's when your blood sugars have dipped. And when your body gets into that state, it really needs sugar, so it amps up the craving. So when you go down to the office and you see a box of roses there, you're going to grab 7 of them and take the mince pie as well while you're at it. Okay, get it all into me. Yeah, because you're really craving the sugar and your blood sugar levels are low and your body's actually scared. Where's my next meal going to come from? Okay, and then what happens is we've eaten all that chocolate. Now, chocolate and sweet foods are very simple sugar, so we won't get into the science too much, but they get absorbed by the body very fast. So we're like, woohoo, chocolate, feel good, yeah, and you get that buzz, okay? But because it's such a simple sugar, the energy wears off very fast and then we drop right back down again. So what we end up with is this blood sugar roller coaster. And when we're on that, we get moody, we get depressed, we get hyper, we get anxiety, we get grumpy and cross and irritable. We're hard to read, okay? We become sporadic, all right, when we're on this blood sugar roller coaster. So what you want to do is make sure you don't get onto that blood sugar roller coaster. So the opposite of a blood sugar roller coaster is what we call stabilized blood sugar. Now, you might be thinking, blood sugar, Maria, but I don't have diabetes. No, okay? Diabetes and blood sugar, of course, they're a major thing which we can talk about in another space. But we all have a blood sugar, even if we don't have diabetes, that we need to keep stable. Now, the irony here, okay, the catch-22 of how do you keep your blood sugar stable is by eating, okay? By eating consistent, nutritious meals. So having a decent breakfast in the morning, having a nourishing lunch, having a good dinner, having some proper snacks in between, some fruit, some nuts, okay? When we eat consistent, nourishing meals, our blood sugar stays stable. So we don't get those crazy cravings for chocolate. So if you had already had, some wholemeal bread with some spinach, some coleslaw, some grilled chicken, maybe some halloumi, some pesto in there, and you'd had that, and you came down to make a cup of tea in the staff room or in the tea room, and you see these big boxes of chocolate roses, yeah, you might take 1 or 2, but you're not going to have that crazy, like, oh my God, I need sugar, I'm just going to grab these, okay? So that goes through the rest of Christmas as well. So making sure that just because it's Christmas and just because, routine has gone out the window or you're really busy or you're visiting lots of people's houses and everything's gone a bit topsy-turvy, doesn't mean that you skip meals. Because when you skip meals, that's when you make bad food choices because your body's like, freaking hell, where's my next meal coming from? Must grab the next thing possible. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, just give me a thumbs up in the comments below. All right, so just to clarify, how not to overeat, actually eating consistent, nourishing meals. And then you don't get to the crazy hungry stage where you're like, I haven't eaten all day. Like, I'll literally take anything. Just give me the mega bar of chocolate. Just give it to me. I'll eat it all. Okay, and then that blood sugar goes up and down. So one of the things I do in the Energy Booster Success System is I help my clients to plan meals out so that they have access to meals that are nourishing and that they like, okay? So this isn't about eating a bowl of spinach. Like, these are nice, proper, normal meals. But they know what they're eating and they have the ingredients to make whatever there is. They have the skill set. That is one of the things that I do within the Energy Booster program, is making sure that clients set themselves up for a stable blood sugar. Because when we have a stable blood sugar, we're not likely to binge. We're not likely to have those crazy chocolate cravings. And when we do indulge in treats, it's fine because you're like, yeah, I've had, a good dinner and now I'm going to sit down and have a nice dessert of pavlova and fruit. That's all good, okay? But it's about making sure you fill yourself up with the good stuff first, and then the treats are exactly that. They're a treat that comes after. I hope you have found this helpful on how not to overeat. It's a bit of an oxymoron or a contradiction. How not to overeat? Well, eat consistent, nourishing meals. But it's about not overeating crap food, okay? And not using the box of roses as a substitute for a meal because you're too busy, or you're around at your aunt's house and she's literally only giving you cheesecake and chocolate brownies, so that's what you've had. Okay, so just hopefully that's helpful. And if you want any more information on the Energy Booster Success System, let me know. You can always send me a PM, and I do a 1 hour chat That's completely free, just to get you really, really clear on your goals and what you want. I'm not a salesperson, I'm a health coach. So I will just chat with you to find out what's right for you. And if it feels like the right fit for you, then we can move on from there. And if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. I've got a lot of associates that I can direct you with and find a right fit for you, so you're not feeling exhausted all the time, because I know what that feels like. I was there and it's shit, and I don't want you to go into 2022 feeling like that as well. Hope that was helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye.